Hello,
Yay.
everybody, and welcome to the Wicked Funny Podcast. I'm your host, Brian Bowden. With me, as always, is Frank Gazzero
Hello.
and Katie Arroyo.
Hello.
And we have a very special guest this episode here on with us today.
You're already freaking. You're already freaking.
Here on with us.
Here on with us, comedian Jaime Lee. Hi, Jamie. How are you?
I'm great. How are you?
I'm great. I'm just awesome.
Are you nervous?
Don't have, yes.
Can you hear the gravity pouring out of his mouth?
Here on with us is
She's a lady with. She's got a face and
Duh.
a person I don't know very well, so I'm very anxious.
She has skin. No, we
Hair
don't know each
involved.
other very
Ryan,
well.
one
We
time
don't.
I slid in your DMs and you never answered, so I don't know who's feel
Oh,
awkward here.
Really?
Yeah.
That I can see that happening. I'm a very
that sounds
busy
like
man.
Brian.
Yeah,
You're very busy.
very
It
just
normally goes. I got a message from somebody. Did you respond? No, because
No.
she has 2 earlobes, and that just makes me feel weird.
you
Yeah.
know.
I'm a very busy man, and he reads sports gambling books cover to cover, and keeps color-coded track of all the games he bet.
I highlight
so
the
busy.
wins. Yeah. Oh,
Uh-huh.
speaking of that, before we really get into it, I do want to bring up our NFL pool for our Patreon subscribers. Things are going fucking great if you're going against Frank or Katie because they
Yeah.
haven't made a pick since week 2.
Yeah,
So,
I forgot.
I
Frank
got a
honestly.
system
has-
now. I'll be fine.
Frank has 7 wins.
I have 7.
Katie, yes, you have 7. I don't know how that happened.
What do I have?
Kate
Out of
the Great has 23.
7
sorry,
out of-
Yeah. Oh my
26.
God. Why can't I ever remember to fill these things out? I feel like I
7
would win.
out of how many?
Don't worry about that part.
Don't worry about that part.
Like 100 or like
Probably.
25?
It's got to
Daddy's
be
got
like 100.
69. I got 69
Okay.
wins.
Oh well, that's
Wow.
not a good percentage.
But winning the pool, I'll give the top 3 right now. Brian,
Okay.
Juking Jabronis, and Area 51 are the top 3. Brian has 96, Juking Jabronis has
Wow.
88, and Area 51 has 88. And then Karen's fucking
Ugh.
coin flip is 4th with 84. And if she's beating me with fucking coin flip, I hate that.
I hope
Anyway,
I
she
mean, I
is.
only picked one time. I only
Yeah.
did it one time.
great.
I did a
great
couple,
job,
but
Frank.
I honestly don't even remember what the website is right now. Isn't that terrible?
It's Yahoo something. I didn't even know that website.
Is this
Yeah.
fantasy football or something? I'm lost.
Yeah. So
yeah,
we started
we do a
yeah.
pick'em league where you just got to pick who you think is going to win each week, and
He made it so easy for us, and we still didn't fill it out.
they haven't.
I don't
filled
really
it
know
out.
how football works
Yeah. Sounds like me.
at all.
Yeah.
Or any
You don't-
sports for that
I would
matter.
just close my eyes and pick names and be like that
Yeah,
one.
I
Yeah.
developed a system based on things I've heard of before in the
Okay.
names of the teams, and it did not work.
Yeah, you just forgot to fill it
It didn't
out.
work that one time you did it, Frank.
Well, I
It
mean,
was-
let's face it, it wasn't going to work the next week either.
Mm. Well,
My
anyway,
system worked. I just didn't remember to keep filling them out every week.
well, it's never too late. But Jamie, sorry about that.
Sorry about that.
Chilling. I'm
Brian,
drinking
you ruined
wine.
it.
Just chilling.
Yeah.
I ruined it.
She's a very busy woman, and you are wasting her time.
I know you wear a lot of hats. You wear a lot of hats, and I'll tell you this: we are co-workers in a sense. And
Yes.
I don't know if you knew that we both review toys for Loyal Toys.
Yes.
That we have that in common. See?
Oh, the
I saw
finger
your
tip.
video of the blowjob machine.
Yeah.
It's so
Oh.
animated, and they were like, "You have to be like him," and I was like, "Oh
Stop
man,
it, really?
yeah."
Because we haven't really watched a lot of Brian's videos.
I've watched.
You're good. They're actually pretty good.
Thank you very much,
Wow.
Jay.
Yeah.
And I like it. And you know what? I watched yours, and it's like our videos complement each other very well.
Yeah, they told me to take notes off of you, so I had to watch a couple
Wow.
of yours.
Take all the notes. Take all
Is
the
her
notes.
video your video is like the troll under the bridge who needs to buy toys, and hers is like these you might
Yeah,
use.
she's like,
You might
use
actually use
this,
this
and
with
you'll have
another
wonderful
person."
orgasms. And then I'm like, yeah, use this thing, and you come all in it, and then you gotta wash it out.
It is a lot more gross for guys.
It is a lot more grosser. That's
let me
the
ask-
thing.
Yeah,
Go ahead,
sorry.
Frank.
Are you now accumulating a closet full of toys?
I I have 2 drawers on my side tables that are just full.
Yeah.
And they
So-
sent me like this silicone ass and pussy that like you can fuck either or.
I have that too.
Yeah, and so I just like use it as like a welcome gift. Like when people walk into my house, like me and Emily want to hang it up on our wall,
You
so that's
should.
just there.
Yeah.
I don't know. We want to use it as a decoration of some sort because it's just like in my closet in a box, and it's somehow like soaking the box. Like the box is getting like oil stains, and I don't
Ooh.
understand.
Wow.
But,
What did
Are
it do to
you
that
talking about
toy?
the torso? It's like a baby
Yeah.
torso.
You
I
wanna
think
see it?
Brian has it too.
Yeah.
Yes,
wanna
I
see it.
also have that
Yeah.
one.
Yeah, you
I
can
would
go
love
get
to see
it.
it.
Okay, it's right
Okay.
here. Hold
Yeah.
on.
Yeah. Guys,
think,
this is going great.
The guest left.
You well, listen, guys, for the Patreon subscribers, we will put this video up on the Patreon so you can
Jesus
see
Christ.
it. She's like got her so much more
All
organized.
right.
Yeah, is it the DX? Is it the DX? Whatever it is.
This looks. I don't know. It really looks like pussy lips, though.
Is it scary looking?
Oh
Oh,
my
you know what?
God.
I don't have
different.
that. Mine's a little different. Mine's more of a
Literally,
butt.
like finger it.
Brian
in the
has-
butthole, too.
One that should probably be illegal.
His is like a butt, like a real. His is like the whole butt, and
Yeah,
then
mine's a
also
butt.
there's like a vagina on the top of the.
I don't know
butt.
what these things are. They look like little.
It's a very
It's
bony
like butt
lady.
nips.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you know
Yeah,
what?
it
I
is.
bet you if you took my toy and that toy and put them together, it would make one whole lady.
Maybe.
Yeah, well, you have one, Brian, that looks like this is awful,
Oh,
but it looks
what did I
like
do?
the torso of a 2-year-old.
It
That has
does.
big
I lost
boobs
you
on it.
guys.
Oh, can you hear us?
Oh, we
We-
lost. Jamie
I
can't
can
hear
still
us.
hear her.
I can still hear Jamie, but she can't hear
Yeah.
You guys
us.
there?
Yeah,
Yeah,
We
you
can
hear
hear
us?
you,
Yeah.
I lost you.
Oh
but
no.
she
Still
can't hear
here?
us.
Hmm.
Did you
Can't hear us
click
at
a
all?
button? Did
I
the
did.
torso click a button?
Are you guys there?
Yeah,
Yeah.
we're here. We can hear you.
We hear
let me
you.
You can't
message
hear
her.
us. Do you think she knows American Sign Language?
Do you?
I do.
Hello.
What do you know in American
Oh, can
Sign
you hear
Language?
us?
I know
Alright.
how to say
Stop it.
basic things.
Like what?
Like
Jamie,
can
you got to refix your
you
equipment.
hear
It's
me?
totally fine.
talk.
Yeah.
Do what you got to do.
Oh, I got you.
Oh,
we are.
thank
There
God.
we
I
go.
literally was just messaging you. I was just about to be like, you can close out if you need to, and we can make a weird break, or Frank could do a weird commercial.
No, I think I just dropped the pussy on my roadcaster and so just like, hit a bunch of
I've
buttons.
done that a
happens.
ton of times. I've done that a whole bunch.
So, Jamie, when you have guests at your house, apart from that weird ass that you just showed us, are you like, hey, here's my collection of weird sex toys that I've been sent by a company like Brian does? And he'll pull them out and he's like, check it out. And I'm like, I'm not fucking touching that. I'm not touching that. What are you doing?
Sometimes I'll show my girlfriends. I'm like, you need to actually use this because this thing was insane. I just tried like the womanizer.
Wow, I
And it,
like
like-
the name of
That
that.
sounds like an
Yeah.
abusive toy.
Yeah.
It's like a circle suction cup that goes over your clit and it like blows air and like pulses. It's weird. And it's
Whoa.
insane. And
Wow.
I've never come faster in my life. So I'm
I
like,
bet.
ladies,
Does
you
it
need
tell
to
you?
buy-
Does it tell you to do the dishes?
Yes.
It tells you you're it's
On
busy.
occasion, as I'm about to come, it's like, go make me a sandwich.
Go ahead and sandwich. Do the dishes.
Cheat on you with other women, with its
Yeah.
secretary.
Yes.
Is it fucking its secretary also?
I see it like crawling its way to my roommate's room.
Yeah.
Like,
You're like, what are you doing in there?
Mm.
And he's like, I just am thirsty. This isn't the kitchen.
And after you
perfectly
fuck the
reasonable.
womanizer, it gets in an Uber and leaves.
yes.
Like, I gotta get up early tomorrow. Sorry, I gotta really. Yeah, going to Brian's house sometimes is like a bunch of booby traps because he'll be like, check this out. And I'm like, this is something I don't want to be near.
I throw them at
all
Frank.
the time.
Yeah, he's thrown them at me.
Do I use them all the time? I have too many to use, Jamie. That's so much
He
masturbation.
has like
If I
20 of them.
I have a lot.
And some are very large.
I have like you have a drawer. I have a closet. I don't know what I'm gonna do with them. I feel like I need to save them for some. Like I'm some sort of weird Like
You can
if
pass
I
it down to your
died,
kid.
I don't know what people would think.
You need to
the-
make like a plan.
They'd be like,
You
this
need to
man's
have-
horny as fuck.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
lonely. You need to make like a.
You know
need
what I gotta
someone
do?
to
I
be
gotta
in
make
charge.
little notes to put on top of the boxes that just say, "No, guys, seriously, I just did this for YouTube videos.
Yeah.
Look at
Yeah.
Loyal
No, you can
Toys."
pass them all down to your kid. It'll
Yeah,
be
Oh,
so
that'd
say
be-
when
okay.
you need like
Heirlooms.
an
He's gonna- look,
expiration
in like a
plan.
year, he's gonna need those. You know.
Nah,
You
those are stepkids if I get them.
A year
Who
or
would
two.
you have be in charge of your vibrators? Like when you die, like me or Frank? Because you should just have one of us be in charge of taking care of them.
I volunteer Katie for that for sure.
I volunteer as tribute. I'll handle whatever.
You know what I want?
You just get your boyfriend the blowjob toy, and then you don't even have to fucking blow him anymore.
That's true.
Imagine,
Babe.
imagine if I
true.
gave him a secondhand blowjob toy.
Yeah, it'd be slightly used but really abused fucking
He's
blowjob toys.
He's
He
fiscally
wouldn't
responsible.
complain.
He'd like it.
Yeah. He'd be like,
But-
"This is efficient. It's wonderful."
Yeah.
But
I
yeah,
saved
no,
a lot
I
of
like
money
my
on
toys. Jamie likes it. What is your life? Do you have a very busy life, Jamie? You really? I see your Instagram story and I get exhausted.
I'm exhausted.
You're a world traveler.
I'm so tired. I feel like I took what people do in their career in like 3 years, and I did it in like 8 months, and it just hasn't stopped.
Yeah,
and
I
I'm
feel like
ready
that
for it to
happened.
end.
Really?
But you're killing it because I feel like you just were like, you know what? Like some people, I feel like the pandemic happened and some people were like, you know what? Maybe I'll do OnlyFans. And then they show like, they took like grimy pictures that are all grainy of like their fucking nasty like toes or whatever in the picture. And then they're like, I'm
What
making
the
like
fuck?
$6 a month. I'm crushing it. And then you were like, oh, I'm going to make this a fucking career.
Yeah,
All right.
it's
Sorry,
changed my life.
Katie. What the
What?
fuck are you talking about? Are you watching OnlyFans things?
She
with
was just
grimy
giving an
toes?
example, Frank.
No,
It was an
I-
example
I-
of shit. Just it's an
Is that a thing
example.
that happens? Or they're like, oh, my grimy
Yeah,
toes. Oh, they're
People
gross.
take gross pictures.
They
I guess
do.
whatever. They're just like not good lighting and like it's just like, did
I'm
you
not an
try?
OnlyFans guy, so I don't really know. But
Yeah,
No.
I definitely took OnlyFans as like a business from day one. And I was like, how do I mix this with comedy? How do I mix this with everything I want to do? And it's just like funded. I've taken all the money I've made and just reinvested it into myself and my career. So like that's why I've been traveling so much, and the podcast and like the radio station and all this stuff. It's just all the money's going towards that. So it's been able to help me grow in a way in my career that I would never have had before.
Yeah.
Because like running a podcast and getting like people editing, if you're not doing it yourself, it's fucking expensive.
It is,
Yeah.
and you know what,
Hard,
and
yeah.
a lot of people probably pass judgment, right, and don't know that you're investing money in yourself and your career, and fuck fucking open micers that can't even buy a tripod. Fuck them, they don't invest in their career. You got these open micers running around going, I want to do these shows, and they can't even buy a tripod, and then you got
I
Jamie
feel like that's a little bit
building.
aggressive. It's a little aggressive.
Nah,
Might be a
fuck
little
them.
He's
aggressive.
not wrong though.
I'm not wrong.
If you're
I'm not
starting in
wrong.
comedy, you should be dead. You should die and be dead and not be alive
Before-
anymore.
Before
No,
you die, buy a tripod.
investing, like people don't invest in themselves, is what I'm saying. And Jamie's investing in herself and growing, and it's good to see. You know,
Yeah, no,
a lot of
it's
people
smart.
show their ass on OnlyFans and then do cocaine.
Yeah.
Jamie builds
I quit
empire.
cocaine.
How many people do you know?
She's
Good
like,
for
I
you.
do. Yeah, also, that's just part of the budget.
I've never done coke. I'm very afraid of it. 'cause
You
it's
know
not
what
fun
ha-
to do.
Like all year. So I'm
I just got on Adderall, Jamie. I got on Adderall recently. And I went back to the doctor after he filled it up. He goes, how's the Adderall going? And I said, I feel like I'm on cocaine every day. And he goes, really? And I go, this is wonderful. This is wonderful.
It feels tremendous.
It feel because when I did cocaine, it was to feel like I feel when I'm on Adderall. Like
Yeah.
right now, I didn't know that that's what Adderall did because nobody decided to diagnose me with ADHD and give me meds until, last year. So, great buzz all
Quick
day.
medical history, Jamie, for you.
It's important for you,
I love it.
Jamie,
I'm
that
learning so
Ryan
much.
explains his life story to you.
He does. He was recently diagnosed with ADHD, and he recently, even
it's
more
like one of
recently-
those first dates where they just like tell you everything about their life.
Yes.
What's your mom like?
We'll get into. She's Italian, and she's put me on guilt trips since day one. Day
And
one.
she's a
I'm
Guilt
sweet-
trips.
sensing
she's very
some trauma
sweet, though.
here.
She's very sweet.
There's no. I love my mom more than anything, but she used to tell me she would send me to the Indians. She used to say that I'm
I
sending
heard
you to
that
the Indians.
also.
whenever they used to be this old detention center where I
The
lived, and
Kitsy home?
every time
Is
we
it the Kitsy home?
yes, and every time we pass it,
Yes.
she'd say, "I'm gonna send you there if you're not good today." And I'm
That's
like,
what my
Jesus
mom
Christ.
said.
And then this is the kicker. She would send me to my room, right? And she'd go, wait till your dad gets home from work. She'd send me to my room. So now I'm in my room psychologically preparing myself for a physical beating while my mom is in the kitchen telling God to kill her. She goes, "God, kill me now. Take me, God. These kids don't deserve me." And that she would do that shit. And that was a mind fuck. So that's my mom.
So
And
Brian,
Jamie,
when
this is what
she
Brian's like on a
when
first
she
date.
asked you, when she asked you about your mom, she didn't want you to tell her that was a joke.
Yeah.
Well,
In general, no one wants to ever
well,
hear
when
about
people
anyone
ask
we
me
were
questions,
not
I want
interested.
Listen, I'm ready to trauma dump too. If you ask,
Yeah,
I
she's
think we
gonna
did
want
that
us
on your
to.
last podcast.
Yeah,
This
exactly.
this was supposed to be wholesome and fun.
Wholesome.
And
Now
fun.
you've taken a turn.
I
You brought
didn't
it
take
down.
the turn. Jamie asked a very reasonable question.
Yeah, but she
Uh,
mostly was just like, she wanted you to be like, haha, moms are crazy. And you
Yeah.
were like,
It was-
no, here,
yeah.
I owe you a copay.
It was like a passerby, like a throw it out there kind of question. And you were
you
like,
know,
when I was 8, I went to camp and a kid looked at my pee-pee and made fun of me. And it was weird. Like, that's the equivalent of what you did a little bit.
was it?
Yes.
I
100%.
thought I was being charming.
You're being something.
I'm gonna send you some referrals after this.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Thank you.
She can refer to a specialist. It'll be fine.
Yeah. You've got to take some notes from Jamie now.
I will. Yes. Why? Do you want to go into that now? I wanted to learn more about Jamie's adventures
No, we
in the
can
world.
definitely learn more about Jamie's
Her
adventures.
Yeah. So you were just in Mexico for the Just for Laughs festival.
Yes.
You're in Miami a lot.
So I live in Miami now.
You live in Miami. I love Miami.
I fucking love it here. I'm so happy.
Have you ever been to Dolores, but you can call me Lolita?
No.
You
Not
need.
yet.
That's
To
my
eat there. It's a
favorite
good
restaurant.
place.
That's my
Right,
favorite
Send
restaurant.
it to me after, because
Yeah.
Emily and I have not been able to find any restaurants that like hit. Like I haven't been able to find like really good food here yet.
This place
In
we'll send it
Miami?
to you.
Yeah,
I don't
this
know what it
place.
is. They make all of the things that I normally eat, but like differently.
Yes.
So I'm just, like, expecting
Yes.
something.
Yes. Like pizza does not taste like pizza.
No.
Because the water has all that fucking chlorine in it. Shit.
Wait, are you saying you're surprised that the pizza isn't the same because the population is mostly Cuban?
No, it's the water that they make the dough with, you dope.
That's fucking bananas.
No, it's the water.
The American restaurants.
There are places
where,
where the
like,
water sucks in Florida. But
the acai bowls. I have an obsession with acai. I have like an ADHD thing where I get like obsessed with a certain type of food for like 6 months and then I can't eat it ever again. And right now I'm on acai bowls. And in LA and back home in Mass, there's like great acai bowls. And I came here and they're the worst things I've ever had in my life. And it's so disappointing every single time. I just get like a bowl of soup rather than like frozen ice cream, basically. And it's just,
You know, I thought I knew what an acai bowl was.
You were playing it cool. I was like,
I was playing
idea.
it cool, and I'm like, you know what? I think I know an acai bowl. And then the way you described it, I have no idea what the fuck.
What
an
did you
acai
think
bowl.
it was?
Okay, an acai bowl sounds like.
Brian's real good about words and knowing what things are.
All right, so an acai bowl it's filled with antioxidants.
But what's the food?
I'm trying to figure that out. Like,
do you need a hint?
No,
She
the
gave you one.
Yeah,
She described
those
it.
berries, the acai berries are in it. And
Yes,
Okay.
they are called acai berries, and they are in an acai bowl.
Yeah.
Think about that for 8.5 seconds.
Okay, go on.
So they have acai berries in it, mixed with granola and like I feel like there's what's that the macaroni with the Q, quinoa, and there's quinoa in it somewhere.
Holy fuck! What you just said.
no, that's
You just
disgusting.
made me. I'm gonna go outside and kill somebody.
Granola, coconut, fruit. So
Yeah.
an acai base is like strawberry or like blueberries, bananas, strawberries mixed with acai. So it's purple.
Oh,
And then you top it with bananas, strawberries, whatever fruit you like, granola, chia seeds, honey, chocolate chips.
That sounds
my
good.
favorite.
wow. So a parfait.
Kinda.
I guess, yeah. Wow, you learned something, Brian.
I did. Yeah, you know what? I thought it was a fish sandwich. So lucky I didn't take that route.
Yeah.
So all right, so you got the Two Girls One Blunt podcast. That's another thing that you do. How much weed do you smoke?
That's a nice subject change there.
I thought so.
Yeah,
You got us
you're
off the
crushing
fucking
it.
Acai shit. I'm
You
doing all right.
barely seem
You know what?
stressed.
Fuck you guys. I thought I was doing okay up until
You
right
are.
now.
Said you weren't,
All right,
Brian.
I was
No
We're
one
doing
said
so
you weren't.
proud of you.
No one said you were
Yeah.
doing bad.
I was gonna tell you barely seem like you're stricken with anxiety, so you're doing great.
I
It's
took
blunt.
an Adderall.
Yeah.
I took an Adderall and smoked a bunch.
I smoke a lot. Emily and I probably smoke anywhere between like 4 to 8 blunts a day.
Wow, those are really good numbers.
I was
What
just gonna say, Brian, how does that blend? How does that compare to you?
I was just gonna ask. Now, when you roll a blunt, you roll the small ones, right? Because in Florida, you can't get the big blunts down there, can you?
No, so we actually buy just like tobacco leaf. So down here it's called grab a leaf. And well, the way that Emily does it, so I just smoke whatever she wants because she's picky. Like I'll smoke a full blunt, I'll smoke a J, I'll smoke glass. But she likes to do like she'll cut out a piece of tobacco leaf like this big, put it on the inside of a J paper, and then roll it. So you get the like, I guess like tobacco like head high
Oh, the
as
little
well,
boost, yeah.
but it's not as harsh as a full blunt.
I do that with my
Like
games. They
art.
have a leaf on the outside. I peel off the leaf, lay it down, split the cigar in half, gut it out, lay it on top, and just roll it like a blunt.
Yeah.
Wow.
So, all right.
Brian,
I think
is that the same amount as you, or
I would
more
say
or
I would
less?
say that's about the same amount. I would say yeah.
Finally,
The
you
best
got your
part
match.
about having like a podcast with the name Two Girls One Blunt, because we just smoke, we don't talk about weed as much, but we just get high while we talk about random
Mhm.
shit, is like weed companies just want to give us things.
I'm
So
sure.
we're signed with Hayes Radio Network, which is like the #1 cannabis radio station in the world. And we just went to their like Hayes Cup event where like they judge a bunch of like oils and cartridges and edibles and flour. So we got a bag each probably of like $500+ worth of weed and oil and cartridges just from showing up as a part of the radio station. So like the dope part about the podcast is like now people just want to give us free weed.
Oh,
Yeah.
I gotta
That
get
is
into
That's
that.
pretty sweet. Yeah.
I got
Brian,
Russ.
she's tapped into your like.
She really
green
has.
life.
Like Jamie is like the luxurious part of me. Like she
Yeah.
gets like
Like
$500.
if Brian was separated out magically, you would
Listen,
pop
if you
out of
sold your
him.
butthole online, maybe you
Absolutely.
could have
I
that.
gotta do
luxurious
that.
part.
I'm putting
Yeah.
my butthole online. But no, like Jamie gets these like these $500 weed swag bags, and I get Russ. You know, like
Yeah.
Okay, I would take Russ over any.
Oh,
fucking
Russ is
swag
great.
bag.
Have you ever heard
No
of Russ's
offense to
dank
your
ass
swag bags,
delectables?
Jamie.
We've
Jamie?
got to send
but
some to Jamie.
We gotta
I know
send you
Russ-
some Russ.
Russ is the fucking shit.
He's really good. I just feel like this whole podcast is Brian talking and then Jamie going, anything you can do, I can do better.
It really is.
I'm sorry.
No,
I'm
yeah.
trying to be like
I love
humble.
it. No, don't be. Don't be, because you work for everything. But I do, we should, if you're listening, and we'll message him, we should have Russ send Emily and Jamie some treats. Emily's her co-host, because he does make really good treats. Like, I don't even care about weed, and they're good.
Edible treats?
Yeah,
Oh
That's
yeah,
fine. I can
yeah.
get behind that.
yeah.
I just had, while I was in Cancun, half edibles, half mushroom gummies.
Brian's
And how
dream.
was that?
Fucking phenomenal. I was on cloud
Really?
9 all day.
Where were you?
Oh, yeah. It was amazing.
Where
What
were
were the
you?
milligrams of each? Do you know?
I think it was like a gram of mushrooms and like 10 to 20. I don't remember. Like,
Oh,
grams
that's a
of
nice.
THC.
That's a really nice mix.
Fucking wonderful. So we took like 1.5 of those, and I was on cloud 9 all day. I was like in the sun, in the pools. I got up and I twerked in a competition for the Girls Gotta Eat podcast.
Uh huh.
I love it.
It was great.
Brian, you got to start showing some butthole. Like I don't know what else to tell you.
I do. I got to show.
I mean,
butthole.
a lot of people enjoy buttholes, and I feel like there's a market for you, Brian.
For Brian's butthole.
Like you are a specific thing. Like you're a search.
You're
term.
a fetish.
You're a search term. You know,
I'm a fetish.
Yeah.
Would you agree with that, Jamie? Am I a fetish? Would I be? Is that a good question,
I don't know
guys?
you enough. What's the
He's a
fetish?
fucking
Like, what is
bear.
he?
He's
Yeah,
a
Frank.
bear.
Yeah,
Hairy
Frank.
buttholes.
What's the fetish,
You're a
Frank?
bear, Brian. You're a bear. And
The
then I'm sure
fetish
there's
is-
sub
yeah.
ones of like bears with.
I'm sure
hairy
there's
buttholes
girls
or
who
bears
search
with
like big
shaved
bear
buttholes.
man whose ass I can eat, right? And like,
Exactly.
Yeah, like
Pornhub.
hairy butthole. I think that would be your thing.
You could be doing.
I don't have a
you could be
hairy butthole,
hamming-
though.
I don't
hamming
think
it up.
women
You
would
shave
be-
it.
I don't shave it. It's just not
I'm
a
terrified
naturally
to shave
hairy
it.
butthole.
That's
It's
a good
just
butthole then.
Yeah,
Then
I mean, they're
that's the
supposed to
one.
be hairy.
You don't have to move anything over.
yeah. It's not supposed to be. Yeah,
Shaving
yeah.
a butthole is a
Frank's gonna
terrifying
part the
task.
Red Sea when he wipes his ass.
Shaving a butthole is
Um,
very. It's intimidating to me. It seems very
Scary.
scary. Like the odds of you cutting yourself badly seem very, very high.
I've done it.
You
You've cut
Cut
your
your
butt.
butthole.
I
What do
have
you-
to
what-
like straight razor, like okay, above my butthole, like at the top of the crack. Like those are what get away. Those are the ones I can't get
Wow.
with like a
they see
razor.
through.
Wait, use a
You-
straight razor?
So it was like no, I
Like
used
that
like a
folds all like a
microderming
fucking-
face
Oh.
razor,
Which way?
Okay.
and I was like, I can't get this. It's not working. So I'm like bent over. I have a boyfriend. And I'm like, hey babe, can you like check my asshole? And I was like,
That's
I just
support.
spread my asshole while I was shaving the top of it. And I was like, how dare you fuck me from behind and not tell me there's a fucking forest in my
Wow.
ass crack?
We
You're
don't
just sitting there.
notice. We don't notice.
Yeah, guys don't care about that, but it's really nice of you to
To
maintain
include him.
to
It's nice
include
to
him.
include him in the
That's a
business.
good. That's a good. Frank, do you and your Mexican wife do that? Look at each other's bodies and.
We do very, very little butthole looking because we talk too openly about our poop situations.
Oh, I do too. I'm like, I just took a shit. I'm gonna shower. You want to eat my ass after?
Wow.
Yeah. Well, with us, maybe it's because we drink a little bit more than normal people, but like it's a daily conversation. It's like, did you have diarrhea today? Yeah, I did. All right. Yeah. I did
Really?
too. Yeah.
I thought only you.
We need to get
had
some
the
fiber in
diarrhea.
there.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's
We've been
solutions.
telling him this, Jamie. We've
to
been
the
trying to help
problem,
Frank with his
but-
little poop situation for years now, and
But
it's
it's like I
not
don't
going
want to
away.
put my mouth down there. To give, and she doesn't want to put her mouth down there. You know,
I
You
wouldn't
don't
put
eat
my
your
mouth.
wife. Is it wife or girlfriend?
wife. Now.
Wife. You don't eat her ass.
Mexican wife.
No, I have attempted a couple times, and both times she's been like, "What are we doing right now?" No, I don't. No, let's not do this.
You just have to eat her vagina, like lift her legs up a little bit, and be like sneak attack.
That's what I did. The
Yeah,
first
do a
time, and she
sneak
didn't
attack.
notice 'cause she
And
was
then
drunk.
and then she'll be like, "Whoa, what was that?"
That's a good move, Frank. You know what else? You know what else
That's
you
what I
can
did
do?
the first
How
time. I
someone
did it
got
the
me.
first time.
And what you
Someone
can
got
do
me
is
that way.
just what when you're going down, put your finger on the hole, Frank. Just put your finger on the hole, like shh, like you tell it to shh. And then
Did you learn this
that's how
from
you
Jared
can
Furtado?
ease it in her butt. That's how you can ease your finger in her butt.
I don't know
Oh.
that they should do butt stuff because I didn't think Kirsten was involved with this. Frank shits his pants like pretty regularly. So I
It
don't
really
like.
does.
I
don't-
do. I do.
I
drink
think
too
everyone
much.
else should do butt stuff, but I don't think Frank should.
Well, there's some butt stuff, just not like mouth to butt stuff.
Well,
I don't give a fuck. I ain't scared of shit, Frank.
I think
Yeah,
you'd
I'm like,
like
I've-
it,
stop
Frank.
acting
I've been in the fucking
I am
trenches.
terrified
There's
of
nothing
shit.
that's gonna scare me. There's nothing that's gonna scare me. If
You
I
should
can
be scared of something.
if I can role play Optimus Prime for a half hour, I can do
I
anything.
feel like if you're doing butt stuff, you have to just not give a shit. Because I've eaten a lot of men's asses. and
Nobody
I'm
should give a shit if you're doing butt stuff.
And if someone does give a shit, that's an accident.
That should be a
something-
rule. That's a
something needs to
rule.
be cleaned up. Yeah.
I just think if Frank's gonna do it, he's gotta he needs to soak first. You know what I mean?
Yeah. If I'm gonna be if
douche
my-
your asshole.
exactly.
You're gonna funnel some
Yeah.
Epsom salt.
Yeah.
Yeah,
If my butt is involved in the butt stuff, then there needs to be preparation. There needs to be probably oils and lotions or Epsom salts, like you guys said. There
I
needs to
don't
be
know about the oils,
preparation
but-
to make it. I don't know how to make it clean, but it's got to be made clean.
Frank's gonna fucking start burning sage before he gets pegged.
Yeah. You don't want to mess on the sheets.
Listen, whenever you're ready, just hit me up. I'll give you some tips. I've pegged a dude in my life, so
That's
No,
cool.
what was that? How did that come up?
Yeah.
How did that come up?
Okay, so I had an ex-boyfriend who was like super into butt play like on me, and then also like as we started dating, I started realizing he liked it for him, so I would eat his butt, and then he wanted like things in his butt.
Do
So
you
like
think that he was doing your butt first to then be like, if you're okay, like with him like eating your ass, then he's like, hey, how about return the favor? Like, do you think that was his
I
goal
think
the
a
whole
mix.
time?
It's
I think a
probably a
mix.
yeah, it's probably a tough
And
thing to. It's a tough subject to like bring up and be like, hey, why
yeah.
don't you fucking?
And he would only let me like do stuff to his butt if he was like drunk. Well, if we were sober, he would like let me eat his butt, but it was when we were drunk where he'd be like, put shit in my ass. So I'd be like, okay.
Ooh.
And so just because I'm like a jokester, I would always be like, you should let me peg you. And he'd be like, because he'd always want to fuck me butt. He'd always want to do anal, and I fucking hate anal. It's just like too much work. And so I'd be like, let me peg you. Like, if you're going to fuck me in the ass, I want to fuck you. And he'd be like, no, no, no. Fast forward, I find out he's cheating on me. So I fucking cut him off. And I don't talk to him. And I get like text message after text message, like, let's hang out. Please, can I talk to you? Like, I just like want to like talk to you about stuff, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, and I just ignored him. And then one day I get a text message and it says, Jamie, please let me talk to you. I will let you peg me if we can hang out.
Oh
Like he
shit.
thought it
Wow.
was something you really wanted to do.
I guess because I would always like be like, let me
Sick.
fuck you in the butt. And
So
so,
this-
I
so
feel
the
like
whole-
you
What a-
have to do
what
it.
a
You have to do
bartering
it.
chip. What a chip to throw
Oh,
that
out.
means
And
the
it
whole
was-
time.
he was so desperate to talk to me. He knew that that was the one thing. I literally responded immediately. I go, be at my house. Be at my house at 7 p.m. and you better like bring a bottle of wine and like be drunk because like you're gonna need it.
What was it? Something you actually were into doing?
No, not at all. But
So
the fact
this
that
whole time he was like, "Oh, she wants to peg me. Oh, she's not talking to me. I guess she's like mad because I didn't let her peg me."
no,
Oh
it was
no, he knew she was. She was
Yeah,
mad because he
yeah.
fucking cheated.
yeah. So I was like the only way I would talk to him if I could fuck him in the ass because like you can cheat on me, but I will always be the girl who I was the first person ever
Yeah.
who fucked you in the ass. So you'll remember me forever.
Wow.
And
Get
that is
him.
enough satisfaction. That's enough power trip for me to do it. So I literally, he was like, wait, are you serious? Should I come over? And I'm like, I don't want to talk about it. If you come over, be there at 7 and I'm putting it in your butt first. So I drive to the fucking
Wow. And
sex
then
toy
you get the
shop.
closure. Then you
I
can
was
get the
gonna say,
closure that you need.
Closure.
I've
The
never
I'm going to
closure through a
fuck your
butthole.
ass, and
Butthole
then we're
closure.
going to have a talk about emotions.
No,
Yeah.
or not. She just bangs him, and then she's like, "All right, bye."
No, so it ended up being like I bought all this stuff. I bought like a small dildo and then I had a huge one already and I bought a strap-on kit. I walked in, I was like, I need a strap-on kit. Like usually I'm so awkward at sex toys,
Wow.
sex toy shorts, but so I get it. He shows up, he's literally holding a bottle of wine and he's like, hey, and he tries to like small talk me and I'm like, no, drink it up. I go, let me know you consent to this because
Wow.
if you don't, then get out of my house. And he was like, okay, we can do that. So he drinks up. And then I just start like playing with his ass and I fucking fucked him in the butt a bunch of different positions. And then he was like, give me the bigger dildo.
Oh my
Wow.
god!
Wow. You know, I was going to say, did you get the big one to show him the small one to do the old switcheroo?
So he's trying to put that in my ass. It's an 8-inch thick. It's called the
Oh,
King Cock
no.
dildo. It's like this
King
big.
cock.
And I remember he tried to put it in my butt and I cried and I like was like,
Yeah.
no. I was
Wow.
bawling my eyes out.
Wait,
And then
wait.
he asked for that and he took it like a champ.
Can I ask a
Wow.
question? When he tried to put the king cock in your ass, what were you guys? Was there a TV on in the background? Was there music in the background?
No.
I love the idea of like the 10 o'clock news doing the weather while he's sticking the king cock in your ass.
I think his like cat was sitting on the bed.
Oh God, no!
We
Fuck
were
that.
better.
I do love on like if you watch like a Pornhub video that a couple makes and they don't turn the TV off.
I know.
I've
Yeah,
seen ones where
great.
there's like a Family Guy episode or something in the background.
Yeah, it's like why you like, dude,
And
you're
you hear
watching
Peter like,
Tokyo
"Meow, meow,
Drift
Peter."
while you're getting fucked, lady.
It's like
Good
they're
for
Or,
you.
watching
like-
movies and shit.
They
I
don't
did
put
make
the
a
laundry
sex
away.
tape once with a dude, and Guardians of the Galaxy was playing. So it was just
Oh.
a bunch of like alien dudes like grunting in the background.
Why?
But you-
Why was it left playing?
But you weren't making it to.
We never saw it, so
send
we were
it
like,
out,
"Fuck it, let's
yeah.
watch this while we have sex."
Wow.
And then he took his camera out, and then I was like, "Oh."
That's
And so you play it
so
back, and you just hear like, "Oh," like happening in the background.
When I
So
watch
just
God,
grab-
I always come when they break out of the prison in Guardians of the Galaxy too.
That's
So
your time.
that's my time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you bang this guy, and then does he come when that happens?
Oh, he came so hard. And then we ended up fucking because it was like I was angry and I was like, I'm gonna show this man who's boss. And then I saw like how vulnerable he was, and I was like, I'm not gonna be an asshole about this. Like, I'm gonna make it like an experience. And so like it ended up being like an experience, and seeing him enjoy it so much like kind of turned me on. So then I was like, all right, we can have sex. And then he talked to me for like 10 minutes, and I was like, all right, you gotta go. And then we just like really never talked after that.
Wow. But I bet now he has to try to explain to all of his partners what his new kink is. You know
it sounds like it's not a new kink. It sounds like it.
Yeah, it sounds. You know what it is? It's an open kink now.
That's what
it's
I mean.
an open
kink. It was a secret.
I think I think people were eating ass in the 90s, but nobody talked about it then. Nobody talked about eating ass.
You know, like the magic wand that girls use, like the Hitachi magic wand that vibrates. He had his own, and I thought it was like for him to use on girls, and he would put it on his dick.
Can I tell you something? I have Frank. I have a wand, Jamie. I have a wand like that.
Really?
We also have one.
It comes up, but mine has like a little. It has like a little curvature on it. It kind of looks like the selfie stick. Only there's like a little curve, and then that's where your dick head goes, and you turn it on. You just give it a little wiggly root.
Yeah, and it was for his dick head. I've never seen a man come harder.
I love it because you come. It's something that you come on. You don't come in, so it's an easy cleanup.
Yeah,
that's the thing with my toys. Yeah. Your toys, you can just fucking wash them off. Me, I have to. I'm all cummed out, and I'm emotional, and I have to turn.
You're emotional.
You have that post-nut clarity, and you're just like cleaning out this.
You're squeezing out your
post-nut clarity, and I have to turn. I have to turn a pocket pussy outside in, and wipe all my cum off of it, and then I got
which sink are you using?
I gotta put special powder in it and shit.
So if anyone wants to date Brian Bowden, just go on any of the sex apps if you're in the Rhode Island area and look him up.
You're on
sex apps? Can help him clean out.
I'm not on sex apps. I'm on Tinder and stuff. I'm on Tinder
Frank
and
doesn't
Bumble.
quite understand.
Frank doesn't know. Frank has a Bumble, Jamie.
How is Tinder?
I don't have a Bumble.
How is Tinder working for you?
I have had 2,137 swipes without a match. That's where I'm at with Tinder and Bumble. I've kept track of it for this moment right now.
I genuinely think those apps need like a video option where you could be like, yo, what's up? And you just have a conversation, because like you might not think someone's attractive, and then you hear them talk, or you see their vibe, and they're like really cool, and then you're attracted to them. You know what I mean?
That is a great idea.
I would love a dating app like Yelp, where you go on a date with somebody, and then you can leave a review of that date, and other people can look at the reviews.
Wait, so there was that, and it was called Lulu, and in college it was a website, and it was a woman-only website, and every dude that you could imagine, their Facebooks were connected, girls could rate them. So they got a 1 through 10. They got hashtags, like good hashtags, like it could be like hashtag mama's boy, which is a negative one. And then you could have like a bunch of different things. And then girls would leave physical reviews about their date or sex with that person. And it was so... like, I remember like a guy would talk to me, and I'd look them up on Lulu, and I'm like, oh, this guy's a fuck boy. Like, he's
my God.
And there'd straight girls being like, he ghosted me after this, and he played this, and he was dating 6 other people. So the guys would think they were smooth, and girls had the complete intel, and it got shut down. And I was so sad it got shut down.
How did it get shut down? Or did it just go out of business?
I don't know. I think like guys got salty that like girls were talking about them, and they didn't consent to like them being on the app or whatever and things like that. So
because you'd have to deal with the consent of sharing their stuff.
But it was very helpful in college. I was like, you could see about their sex, like you could see about their dick, like
that's everything. I would love bring back the Lulu.
Yes,
I would
You would kill yourself. If
I would not. I would not. I would get great reviews.
Ryan,
like 10 out of 10 pussy eating skills can make you laugh while you
yes. Puts the finger on the butthole and just
I would go does a whisper.
No, all right,
dude. If you knew you were being reviewed on,
I would fucking love it. I
you
would love
have
it.
panic attacks every
No, I
second
would
of the
not.
day.
I would not.
You
I
would be
would not.
hospitalized.
No, I
So you're
wouldn't.
very confident about your dating.
I'm very. I go
No.
on some great dates because
All the
Jamie.
listeners know that
Shut
Brian's
the
most
fuck up,
confident guy
Frank.
in the
I am
world.
talking to the guest. All right. So I
He
do
loves
because I fuck off. All right. So here's. I'm so mad at Frank right now. If he was here, I would fucking punch him.
This girl.
I would punch
Yeah,
Frank in the
right.
stomach
He's
right
like, he's like,
So-
please, Jamie, stay on the Patreon too.
now. So, I do. Whenever I go on a date, I try to make it as a grandioso almost as possible because I don't get a lot of dates. So when I do it, I try to go as all out and make it as great as whatever it is we're doing can be.
Okay.
Fuck
I
you,
feel like
Frank.
you have such like a good personality. How are you not getting dates?
Because he tells us that people ask him out on dates and he like doesn't respond. He
I respond.
makes it
He gets
weird
in his
when
own
people are
head about
talking.
it and
Yeah.
talks himself out of it, basically.
I don't talk myself out of it.
You definitely talk yourself
I don't talk myself out of it.
Okay.
You don't talk yourself into it.
That's true.
Brian,
well, no,
do you have
like,
any?
like a chick
Your
asked me to go
default is-
fishing. I don't want to go fishing. You
Your
know, so I
default
said
is
no.
I
no
shouldn't
fishing.
because blank.
Do you ever do comedy and girls hit on you after?
Yes.
No.
Yes.
There
Yes.
has
Do
to-
they?
You have to.
I
I'm
don't know. I don't know. That's the thing, Jamie. I'm not good
We
at picking
watched
up on
it
these
happen
hints.
the last time we did a show together.
like, I feel like if a girl's coming up to you after your set and like talking to you, they were attracted to you during your set.
I'm not
Exactly.
saying it doesn't not happen. It happens, but it not as frequently as I think you guys think.
No, but honestly, working with a lot of male comics and stuff, there's like some guys get hit on a lot, but the majority of people never do. And you get women that come up to you. So Brian will be like, no, nobody hit on me. But then he'll be like, Frank will be like, well, this waitress like ran out to the car and was like, you left a napkin that you used. Isn't that crazy? I live close to where you live. And Brian's like, not close enough. And then like leave.
Yeah. And I'll be like, dude, what happened? He's like, dude, I'd have to drive like 9 minutes to get to our house. Like, it's just too much of a hassle.
I'm just really particular, I guess.
So, Brian, do you have any dating questions for Jamie?
No, can you fix me? What should I do? Like,
I
Like,
feel
You
like
okay.
it's
gotta
way
walk
more
into a room and be like, yeah, I'm that dude. It doesn't matter who you are. It doesn't matter what you look like. It's like your energy. And if you walk around and you're like, I know I'm amazing. I know you would have a really good time with me.
Jamie,
like your energy gives
I
that
know
off.
I'm amazing, but it's hard for me to exude that. You know, it's hard for me to have that. I know I'm amazing, but I'm not confident enough
what's
to
interesting
say
though
it.
is you can exude that in certain contexts very, very easily.
And I'm
It's
also
all-
very timid. I'm very timid.
You're not a timid. You're not.
I'm on a date. Yes, I am. I'm timid.
Well, that's what I was gonna say. Like in certain contexts, you can exude like confidence very easily, but if a pretty girl walks in the room, it's like you kind of clam up a little bit. I feel
Oh,
like.
absolutely.
Yeah.
You can't do that.
Yeah.
There's nothing that a girl
How do we fix that,
hates
Jamie?
more than when a guy, like if you were super confident and there was like a pretty girl, like doesn't matter. And you just feel, I'm telling you, it doesn't. I've seen,
I do. I've listened
I
to
don't care if
tons of
you're a
Biggie
10 out of
Smalls.
10.
Like Biggie's, like Notorious B.I.G. has helped my confidence more than anything. He was my Lizzo.
look at it, think of it like as if you're on the stage. Every date, every girl that you talk to, and rather than being awkward, you're like, I'm on stage, I'm performing right now.
But
And
that
do
could also be a lot. That could also be a lot.
But if you do that until it becomes natural, then it will just become easier to like flirt, you know?
Yeah. Wow, you're asking a real lot. That's a
Well,
tough ask.
She's asking you to perform. You know what I mean?
Flirty's
It's a
weird
fake it.
thing
It's a
too,
fake
though.
it till you make it.
Like
Yeah.
I don't think I understand how to flirt.
No,
At
we
all.
know that.
Yeah, no, you don't
Like-
have to flirt. You're fucking married to a Mexican.
Well, yeah, but I had to get the lady to marry me.
I feel like she probably just flirted with you.
Yeah,
and
you're
then you were
just
like,
too
oh, I guess
awkward.
this is
My
happening.
my understanding is like you kind of bust their balls, like they're your buddy,
Yeah.
and
A
you're like,
neg.
hey, stupid.
You throw
know
out
what I mean?
negs,
And then-
Jamie, right? You throw out
No,
negs.
I hate negging. There's
Yeah.
I
No
don't mean
negging.
negging. I just mean
used to
like
be
I'm gonna write that
attracted to it.
down. No negging.
I don't mean negging. I just mean like joking around like you would like with a friend.
Well,
Jamie, you were
negging
attracted
works.
to negging? Yeah.
Negging works when you're not like confident in yourself. So if you're
Yeah.
going after a girl that's not as confident in herself, negging works, because negging used to work for me. I think it's an energy thing. I used to never get hit on, and I literally think that it's because the energy that I was putting out was like insecure or like not confident in myself or like what I had to bring to the table. And so it put like men on a pedestal, and they like knew that. And I just like was never the person that people like hit on like in a friend group. And then when I like changed and I became more confident in myself, and I like walked into a room like, I'm Jamie, and it like the energy shift of like
I
how
saw
I
it shift
present
right
myself,
there. I saw
like-
the shift right now.
the
You
energy.
mean she just sat up a little taller?
Did you
Yeah,
see
we-
the? Did
You
you see
should
the
try
shift?
that, Brian.
No, of course.
Yeah.
I
No.
was just like,
Right,
this
and it happened
confidence
again. It happened. I'm gonna try that.
Confidence is one of the most attractive qualities I think a woman can have.
It really is. And the moment I started being confident, I was like, you know what? It doesn't matter if I have cellulite. It doesn't matter if this. It doesn't matter if I have a fucking sty or a pimple on my. Guys don't give a fuck. If you're just like, I am who I am, and this, you have to accept it. They're like, oh shit, who is that? I have to accept it. But when you're like, I want guys to like me, and why
Yeah.
don't they like me? And I'm just like, I got all pretty tonight. Like that repels men. You
Mm.
know, it's the same thing for women. Like, Emily went on a date, and this guy on social media, like super nerdy, like definitely not her type, and was super confident on FaceTime and in text, and it was great. And then we went out, and he was so insecure and like kind of like all of his energy took in, and he wasn't talking as much anymore. And immediately she was like, wait a second, I'm not attracted to him anymore, because he didn't hold that same like confidence standards. If he walked out and he was like, this is who I am, blah blah blah, then it would have been a different story. It's the energy. And if you get on
Yeah.
stage and you know how it is to fucking make people laugh and just be you, and you're like, I'm the fucking shit, I'm on stage and I'm crushing it, like you have to go into dating girls like that.
That
Yeah, and
is
Brian,
that's
you
going to be
don't.
tough to do. That's
when you
tough to
do when you do a show with Brian, he's literally like asleep in the green room. Like that's the energy he's not bringing. Like, and then he
I
goes
sleep in the
on
green room.
stage and like turns into another person, and then the person that we see on stage that those women are attracted to, and then he gets off stage and he like basically goes back to sleep. Like you don't
I
look
do.
people in the eye. You don't even look at me and Josh in the eye.
I
Like, when we
have
see you.
no confidence in myself. I have no
You
self-esteem.
do though. You just
When
gotta
I'm on
channel it
stage, it's
properly.
different. And I like to bring that energy, like the way that I feel on stage, just thinking about feeling like that off stage is, I can't wrap my head around that. I don't think that could
But it's
ever
you're
happen.
the same person. It
Yeah.
is you.
Yeah, it is you, and
Jamie's
you do
right.
it off stage. You do
Just
do it
act
off
like
stage.
you're still performing when you're talking to them.
Okay.
Yeah.
And it
There's
will
She's
become
unlocked
second
it.
nature.
Yeah, she's
I've
unlocked the
seen you
secret.
in a social setting be completely confident in yourself, completely not worried, not insecure,
When?
and
When do you
and
see
behave
this?
fine.
Right
Every
now.
time you're hanging out with anyone who isn't a girl that you might think is pretty.
Yeah.
honestly.
See, that's the thing. That's the problem, Frank.
So it's just a matter of being yourself in those moments.
It
All
only
right.
took you like 50 minutes right now to get comfortable around Jamie. So
So my notes, I got to bring
Okay.
energy, confidence,
Mhm.
be the man, and no negging unless she has no confidence.
But then I don't
In
think
which case, neg the fuck out of her.
In which case, you neg that
Be like,
bitch
you're
until she
ugly, your
puts
hair
out.
sucks, your boobs are shitty, your feet are gross.
You got saggy tits. I'm
Look at how
confident.
awful you are.
This
Salvation
is the
Army
worst.
clothes.
This is the worst advice because I don't want to give it, but it works. When you confuse a woman, right? Like if you confuse
but
someone,
she's not wrong.
no,
She's
it's
not wrong.
I'm not wrong. You make them like you act like you're interested, so you compliment them, right? But then you like give them shit or you tease, or then you walk away or you don't answer as much, and they're like, wait a second, why aren't they like super into me? And they would expect you to be super into them because that's how you showed up, and then you pull back, and it makes women want to be like, well, what about me?
That happens. That happens to me because what'll happen is I
That
will
happens with
talk to
guys, too.
somebody. I will talk to somebody and it'll fade away because I either lose interest or whatnot. And then when I go away, that's when they're like, oh, where's Fun Brian? Where did he go?
Yeah.
So
Mhm.
that's,
And if someone's asking about you, they're like, "Where is he?"
But I
yeah.
feel like those head games also work on men too. Like
They
if a
do.
woman's talking to a dude, like, oh hey, I'm talking to you, and then I don't give a fuck all of a sudden. The dude's like, what the fuck? And then they're sending
Yeah.
messages or whatever.
If I can tell that I'm this is so bad. Like I do like the pull away method, right? Like so like for my boyfriend, right? For a while he pursued me super hard. And so I was like, oh, okay, I'm not really interested. And then I was leaving and moving and we were getting more serious and he acted like he wanted to date me and then he pulled back because he was like afraid of me leaving and him pulling back made me be like, what the fuck? And like start going crazy about it. And then I was like, okay, I'm not cool with this energy shift. And normally, if a girl like stuck around, he would hold the power. So I literally look at him and I was like, hey, sounds like you're not ready to date. No worries. We can be friends. Like, I'm not going to sleep with you anymore. And I changed my energy. And then I pulled back and I was like, mm-mm. And he got a new me. And guess who all of a sudden came running after me and was like, no, I want to help you move and I want to help you do this. And started texting me way more because I was like, oh, I'm going to pull back because you think you have the power. And so that gave you the power to like walk away from me. And I'm like, I'm not that person you're going to do that with.
This
So
sounds exhausting. This
It-
sounds
Yeah, but then you can
exhausting.
get. But what Jamie's just saying that you don't let people, you don't tolerate people treating you that way. So like, if this guy is giving her attention, and then he's like, well, I'm not gonna be able to give you boyfriend level attention, but I still want you to give me girlfriend level attention. And she was just like, no, you're getting friend attention, and that's it.
acquaintance.
Yeah, you're getting
What up?
acquaintance attention.
I would message him and be like, hey, bud. And
Well, that happens a
killed
lot.
somebody.
I get friend zoned a lot too, Jamie. And that's another reason why I don't pursue dating as much as I should, I guess, because I do get friend zoned a lot.
Everyone
And
gets friend zoned. Do you know how many
I
times
know.
I've been friend zoned?
Probably a lot.
I've been
Not as
ghosted.
much. You know what? You're not beating
That's
me.
how you accomplish
You're not
Flirty,
beating
Brian.
me in this. You beat me in everything else. You're not beating me in this. I've been
Jamie.
friend zoned more times than you.
Jamie,
To
if I
just
had to
take
bet,
that
you've been
and
friend
swallow it
zoned
up.
99% of the time. I'm just following Brian's lead right now. You probably friend zoned a whole bunch. A bunch of guys are like, you're my friend, and I don't like you, and you're gross. That's what Brian
I
basically
have
just told me.
that. I've definitely been friend zoned, but I got friend zoned a lot more when my energy was different.
You weren't as confident.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
And it was happening all the time. And I was like, what the hell? Why can't I ever secure a dude? Why can't I get a guy to text me back after I have sex with them or like go on a date with them? It was like I was constantly getting ghosted. And I was like, what the fuck?
See, I'm like so worried. In the past, I'd been so worried about that stuff happening to me if I liked someone that I would only pursue things with someone that was like 100% in. So like I did kind of the same thing that you would do, Jamie, where if they gave the littlest bit of like not treating me like the best, then I'd be like, oh, sounds like you're not into dating. I'm cool with that. And then they either like, then I'm
Buddy
not.
old pal.
Yeah, I'd be like, all right, bud. And only date people that are like very forward with their feelings. And normally I'm not forward with mine anyway, but that was something I had to work on. And so like with Josh, he was very like he doesn't play any games or anything like that. He's very like within 3 weeks he was like, I'm not dating anybody else. And that's just how he is. So then I was like, oh, I have to give this back to you now. Like I have to give this energy I'm being the bad person now.
Yep.
But
that does give you power in the relationship.
Yeah. Which I think, Brian, you just have to, which I think you started doing, but you're just not putting yourself out there at all.
You literally came in so confident. You're like, I give the best dates. I know they're satisfied after they hang out with
give
me.
the best dates. I do.
And so like,
I will say, Brian, based on our knowledge, Brian is the best dater person.
But girls
in
want
the world.
that.
Yeah.
The effort is 100%. He's very like.
I'm like a real life Noah Calhoun, Jamie. That's what I am. A real life. You ever see The Notebook? I'm Noah Calhoun.
Everyone's seen The Notebook, Brian. No one likes The Notebook.
Jamie, do you like
Every
the Notebook?
girl growing up though wants that. They want
Jamie,
Yeah.
how many
somebody
times
They
did
want
you cry
Noah
and cry
Calhoun,
watching The Notebook?
and that's me. I'm a real
Last time
life
he watched it, how many times did he cry? What do you think?
9.
You're not even gonna let her
confident.
guess.
You're
I'm not even gonna let her guess.
She's
It was
gonna
9
answer the
times,
question.
Jamie, and I'll tell you the fucking parts.
Look at how confident he is.
Yeah.
Right?
I
I'm doing
walked
it. I'm
in
doing it, you
to
guys.
his apartment to record a podcast as he was finishing the movie, and it was a scene at the end where like the old lady wife has like a Alzheimer's like freak out, and then the husband who is reading her the Notebook or whatever the fuck
Noah.
Uh-huh.
started crying, and he goes, "He's crying. He was so strong for the whole movie, and this is the only time we see him cry."
It was.
And it was very moving and very sweet, but I was also like, dude, you gotta like just relax a little
You
bit.
gotta
He
chill.
didn't cry when he found out Allie was fucking Lon Hammond. You know?
No, he should have though.
He should have.
I
I
would
would
have.
have. I would have painted them shutters fucking pink after that.
You would have
Well,
what?
Painted the shutters because he painted them
wanted
blue
them
for her. He
something
wanted them
else.
blue.
She
I would've-
wanted shutters paint. That was a
She
big
wanted
contention
blue
point
shutters
in
on the
movie.
White House. I would have painted
I'm
over the
sorry,
shutters.
What a
I would've-
Jamie.
well-written story.
Fuck
It's all
off,
about.
it's a
I wish
great-
the shutters were a certain color. Because
Because
what
she's
the fuck?
picky.
Frank, you didn't even listen to
What a
anything that I
cunt.
said.
What
All right,
kind of
Jay-
person is this character?
This stupid bitch.
Why
Yeah,
would she be so shitty to people
Frank's the
about the color of
stupid bitch.
shutters?
she wasn't. But Brian, do you have any
I
other
feel like
questions
she was.
for
I'm
Jamie?
sorry, I got a little upset. just then.
She
I don't
was
know. Does
picky.
Frank have any other beef with the Notebook? Jesus,
I have a lot of
Christ,
beef with
Frank.
Notebook.
There's
I have
a
a lot of
whole
beef with the
fucking
Notebook.
I
episode
feel like
of it.
Frank just doesn't want you to date someone. He's like, I'm
I haven't-
married. This is what I have to do for him.
He
I
doesn't.
have
He
a
wants.
whole
He wants
side
me
of
all
it.
for himself. He's a selfish prick.
Yeah, I do.
He does. All right. So what? All right. So dating apps. Let's say, God forbid,
Okay.
swipe number 2,138 is a match. What's a good first message to send? What should I send for a message?
I think something that like something about their personality or something that you notice about them from their pictures.
Mm-hmm.
Use your comedic fucking language, I don't know, and then like make a comment, like a funny comment like that but you notice something that most people wouldn't notice. Because what girls are getting they're getting, hey, what's up? How
Yeah.
are
That's
you?
right.
Oh my God, you're so hot. Or like, you're beautiful. Like, I'm sorry to bother you, but you're just so pretty. Like, that's fucking annoying. Never say sorry to bother you. If you just are like, you say something funny that catches them off guard and then you mention something about them, they're going to be like, oh, he noticed that. And that makes them instantly like want to talk more.
Okay. Because right now my default message is, who do you think will win in a street fight, NSYNC or the Backstreet Boys?
Not good. That sounds like a
That's a
canned
fun
line.
question.
That's
No?
a fun question.
I like
But it sounds
that.
like a
Is
question.
that a
you
fun
would-
question, Jamie?
So, I actually have a whole YouTube series that I did like 2 years ago where it's all about guys sliding in DMs and it's mostly Tinder messages. And I put screenshots of the bad messages and then like the good messages and I make comments about them. But it was always the ones like someone was like, people always say like blondes do it better or like blondes do it better than brunettes, but my vote is that Jaime Lee's do it best. So I was reading it and I was like, I'm brunette. Why are you saying blondes do it better? So I was kind of like, immediately I was reading
Or
it.
they
I'm
may be
like, "Fuck this
confused
dude,"
because you
and then
have
he's
red
like,
hair.
then he's like, Jaime Lee's do it best, and I'm like, yes, we do. It was just like something like that, or like, I don't know.
You have to make it specific to her because you
Yes.
just sending that question, that to me, if I got that, I might laugh, but I'm also like, oh, he definitely just sends that to every person that he
You're right.
matches
You're
with.
right. That's right. You know what? I got to do that. I got to fucking
Like what Jamie
things-
said,
yeah.
find something personal.
find something personal, make it
Mhm.
funny. That's great. We'll call this level 1, confidence and just learning how to talk.
Yeah.
Confidence
My
and
favorite
talking.
messages are when I'm just like shooting the shit back and forth and it's complete jokes in the beginning, but I can say like fucked up things like, oh, when will I meet your mother? And they go along with it. Like that back and forth. Because one, like if you're a comic and like you're a funny person, you want somebody that you can just like give it back and forth. You know what I mean? Like you want someone
Yeah.
who's your best friend, like you're talking on this podcast. So if they're not giving me that and they
These are
think
not
I'm
my best
weird,
friends.
those are not. But
you
you know
have
what
no
I
best
mean?
friends.
I get what you're saying.
You should want somebody that can give it back and forth to you because like that's what it would be like hanging out with you
Mm.
probably. but like enough where it's like flirty, but it's lighthearted at first, and then they're laughing and smiling. It makes them like just feel good talking to you. It's not too in depth or like, tell me about your job and like, well, you know,
Yeah.
are you free on Tuesday? Like,
Interview. They're like interview questions.
yeah, like I
Yeah.
say shoot the shit and make someone laugh, like compliment them, make them laugh, tease them a little bit. And then from there, like that's when you can kind of like get to know the person. But I think the lighthearted stuff is like the best. People love to laugh and they like the lighthearted stuff because it's so much pressure being on dating apps, you know?
All right, I'm gonna do all this stuff, and then maybe later down the road you can come back and teach me how to move into hold hands with somebody. That'll be level 2. Physical. Frank, I fucking hate you so goddamn much.
Gertrude Elizabeth.
His dogs have middle and last names.
Kirsten just got home, so Gertie's having a fucking panic.
All right, well, you know, we knew this was happening, Frank. We
all knew this was going to happen. I'm sorry, Jamie. We're normally much more professional.
Yeah, if only you can build a fucking door. You built a computer.
But to be fair, Gertie is a princess and she can do whatever she wants.
Yeah,
so,
well,
I mean.
Well, speaking of princesses, Jamie, thank you for coming in and talking to us.
Jamie, will you plug all of your socials and everything?
Plug it all.
Plug
it all, Jamie.
You guys
just like you did that guy. Yeah. Plug it.
Oh, I'm good at plugging.
Don't talk over her plugging. Yeah.
You guys can find me at the Jaime Lee Show on Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok. I also have a comedy page, Jaime Lee Comedy. My OnlyFans is at onlyfans.com/Jaime Lee Comedy. And then my podcast is at 2 Girls 1 Blunt Pod. So it's the number 2 girls number 1 pod. Blunt pod. So that's it.
Yeah, and we'll put all those links.
You can catch me in your dad's DMs. I don't know.
Hell yeah.
You can catch her in your boyfriend's butt, okay?
Yeah.
And now someone's boyfriend, but if they cheat, you can hit me up and I will peg you. I'll peg your ex to get back at them.
Yes.
Yeah, just give a call to Jaime Lee's Rent-A-Peg and she'll solve all your problems.
I'll be like, babe, it's work. Don't worry. They paid me to do it. He'll be like, all right.
The number 1 lady and the number 2 hole.
Yeah.
All right. And so Katie, why don't you do our thing? Thank you everybody for listening. And Katie, tell them where they can go to find everything that we do.
Guys, follow Jamie. It's Jaime. Just when you're searching that, we also have all the notes, all the links in our show notes, and make sure you follow us. It's at Wicked Funny Podcast on everything. You can sign up for our Patreon, patreon.com/Wicked Funny Podcast. Brian is getting dangerously close to having to run a mile and live streaming it. We just need 19 more Patreon members. So if you guys could do that, I would fucking love it. And that's patreon.com/Wicked Funny Podcast. Brian would hate it. I would love it.
I'm an athlete, Jamie. I don't know if you knew that. I'm an athlete. I'm a Hall of Fame wrestler.
I feel like you could squat me.
I'll squat you. And How's that for confidence? And yeah, there you go, Hall of Fame wrestling.
All right.
He got all choked up. You're like confidence, and then you just slowly tailed off.
I was so good there for a second. Hey, a baby step is a step. A baby step is a step. That's what they say.
You almost had it. You were like trying to show Jamie your new skill set, and then you're like, but I'm not actually confident.
I was going to wear the jacket. I was going to wear my varsity jacket. It still fits.
Oh my God. All right, no more. I can't hear about this fucking wrestling anymore.
All right. Thanks for listening, everybody. We'll see you next week. We'll see you Thursday and next week.
I'll see you in my OnlyFans.
Yeah. You can see Jamie.
And my butthole.
Oh. We're not going to be there. We're not going to be there.
I don't show my butthole that much. It's once in a blue moon.
No.
Well, maybe we should make our own OnlyFans. The Wicked Funny Podcast OnlyFans.
With just Brian's butt.
A lot of Brian's butt.
Can we end this now?
I'm trying, but Frank's just not letting us.
I would be down for. I'm sorry, I just had the idea.
Frank,
it was a good idea.
Go pet the fucking dogs. We're done. I hate
No, the dogs are quiet now. It's fine.
All right. Bye, guys.
Bye, bye.